So in this video, we'll be looking at a particular question. We're asked to graph a quadratic, and also we're asked to graph a line. Quadratic, y equal x squared minus 6x plus 8, and the line y equal to x minus 2. Let's do the quadratic graph first. So it cuts the y-axis when x is 0. So when x is 0, of course, 0 squared is 0, 6 times 0 is 0, so it cut the y-axis at 8. Now we can just indicate there. 8 on the y-axis, positive 8. It cuts the x-axis when y is equal to 0. So when y is equal to 0, we have 0 is x squared minus 6x plus 8. And this, I'll just use factorization to solve this quadratic. So we can rewrite the middle term, minus 6x, we can rewrite it as, think of two numbers that add to give minus 6, and multiply to give positive 8. And two such numbers will be minus 2, 1, minus 4, right? Minus 4, minus 2. So minus 4x minus 2x, rewriting the minus 6x, and positive 8. So we factor by a group. So the first group we factor out x. Well, it's actually x squared minus 4x, not x minus 4x. So it's x squared minus 4x. So we factor out x, we have x minus 4. And in the second group, we factor out minus 2. We have the same bracket x minus 4. So the common bracket there is x minus 4. And outside, we have x minus 2. And to solve, we equate both brackets to 0. So x minus 4 equal to 0. X minus 2 is also equal to 0. So x equal positive 4. And x equal positive 2. Now these are the values where the graph cuts the x-axis at 4 and at 2. So now we need to find the turning point. So these are the things we find when the domain is not given. So the turning point, recall the x-coordinate for the turning point is minus b over 2a. So we use the formula x equal minus b over 2a to get the x-coordinate for the turning point. Now the graph we're sketching here is x squared minus 6x plus 8. So minus b is minus 6, which is positive 6. A is 1. Alright, so 2 times 1, 3. 2 times 1, 2. So 6 divided by 2, 3. So the x coordinate is 3. To get the y coordinate, we plug it into the equation. X squared minus 6x plus 8. Alright, so 3 squared, that's 9. Negative 6 times 3, that's minus 18 plus 8. That works out to be minus 1. So the turning point is 3, negative 1. So 3 on the x, 1 down. So that's the point there, plot that point. We connect as smooth as possible. We have our quadratic graph. Just delete that, try and draw a neater graph. So try and be as smooth as possible. Alright, that's much better. Now we'll label our graph. That's the graph of the quadratic. X squared minus 6x plus 8. Now we need to graph the straight line. Y equal to x minus 2. And again, when you're drawing a straight line, you want to know where the graph cuts the x-axis, and also you want to know where the line cuts the y-axis. And again, the graph cuts the y-axis when x is 0. Now when x is 0, what is y equal to? 0 minus 2, which is minus 2, right? So your graph cut the y-axis at -2. And it cuts the x-axis when y is equal to 0. The arrow there should cut the x-axis when y is equal to 0. When y is equal to 0, we have 0 equal x minus 2. So solving that, add 2 to both sides. X equal to 2. So it cuts the x-axis at 2. We'll draw a straight line to connect these points. Just a moment. So I want a straight line going through -2 on the y and +2 on the x. That's the equation of the line, y equals x minus 2. And now we're asked to solve the equation. Notice the solution to this equation is where the line intersects the curve, which is at 2 places. So the line intersects the curve where? When x is 2, notice when x is 2, it touches the curve. And what other x value? When x is 5. So notice because the line cuts the curve at the point where x is 2, and also at the point where x is 5. And these values would represent the solutions to the equation x squared minus 6x plus 8. In other words, if you should substitute 2, it should be x squared. If you should substitute 2, in the function there, you'll have 0 on the left hand side and also 0 on the right hand side. It should be x squared. It should be x squared minus 6x plus 8. So if you plug 2 there, you'll have 4 minus 12 plus 8, which is 0. On the right hand side, you'll get 2 minus 2, which is also 0. And if you plug 5, the left hand side would also be 0. Sorry, if you plug 5, the left hand side would be 3, sorry. And the right hand side would also be 3. So if you plug 5, you'll have 5 squared, x squared will be 5 squared, which is 25. Yeah, that's the equation. X squared will be 5 squared, which is 25. And minus 6 times 5, which is minus 30. Plus 8, which would work out to positive 3. That's the left hand side, would come to positive 3. On the right hand side, you'll have x minus 2, which is 5 minus 2, which is also positive 3. So of course, x equal to is a solution. And x equal 5 is also a solution.